Hey, welcome back. It is another hot day here in the Panhandle of Florida. If I had to guess, it's around 100 degrees. Maybe a tad bit less, probably with the heat index it is. It's a little more overcast so far today, but yeah, it's been hot lately. I have some things to report. Some good. A lot of it's good. A couple of little changes in my life, but excuse me. So at work, we have some people that are changing their schedules. Some people are leaving. Some people are going on vacation for extended periods of time. So I found out yesterday we needed to modify the work schedule. There was a couple options. One I didn't like, and which involved changing other people's schedule. Like, I just thought could be present a problem with potentially with having enough people staffed. So I proposed changing my schedule, which means I proposed something and it got accepted, and it's good, but it's bad in a way. Tomorrow's going to be a day off. Monday was supposed to be a day off, but since we revamped the schedule, I have to work 6 days in a row versus usually the longest stretch I have to work is 4 days in a row. So I think that's only going to be a temporary thing where I get Saturday and Sunday off, probably for 2 weeks, maybe 3. I'm not sure. But if I go back to the old schedule, there's a possibility when that transition occurs, I would go back to having Mondays and Saturdays off. So if that occurs, somewhere in the future, there's a possibility I could have a 3-day weekend. Possibly could happen Labor Day weekend. I don't know yet. But I really miss having consecutive days off, because you can do a lot out in nature, and that's what I want to be about. So the main purpose of this video is to kind of I just got off the phone with a gentleman from Blackwater Joe's, the nicest people you would ever want to meet. I kid you not. I've been mostly talking with the male, I'm assuming the husband, the guy who's probably like the caretaker, the groundskeeper. I don't know if he's related to Mr. Bruner or whatever, but just real nice people. If you are ever going to want to go to an event, a YouTube meetup or anything like that, I promise you will not be disappointed if you go to Blackwater Joe's. So the purpose of my call to him today was try and answer some more questions for myself so I could share them with you. I didn't have the ability to write them. He was literally on a tractor cutting a field and shut off his tractor to talk to me. So I felt guilty, so I didn't want to inundate him with a lot of questions. Hopefully some of these will answer your questions if you want to come to a meetup, perhaps sometime around Thanksgiving. I don't know dates yet, but I want to interact with potential participants. So the sooner we know, the better. But previous videos, I stated something incorrectly, and I want to clarify that. I thought he had 2 cabins that sleep 8 and 1 that sleeps 6. Based on what he told me today, it is 2 that sleep 6, 1 that sleeps 8, and he was telling me basically the options, all of the options sleep 2 people each. So if you're like a couple, so one would be like a queen size bed for 2 people. One would be a fold out sofa, couch, or whatever you want to call that, for 2 people, and so on and so on. So the same thing goes to the 8 cabin situation. So it's basically like on the 8 person would be 4 options of 2 people. So keep that in mind. So They do have a 2-night minimum requirement for the cabin. And I asked him about Wi-Fi at the cabin. He says no, but they do have like a TV antenna, and you can get TV on the local channels. So the TV does work to a degree. There's definitely no internet or Wi-Fi in the cabins. As far as the tent camping goes, it is $15 per person. That's it. That's the rate. Tent camping, $15 per person. So whether it's 1, 5, 6, 7, 8, $15 per person. For RV camping, it's $50 per night. And I guess they have a different area. I think I know where the area is. I think it's behind where the office area is. I'm not 100% certain, but it's $50 per night. Now with the cabins, it's a $100 non-refundable deposit. So if you stayed at the 6-person cabin, he told me it would be like $506 for 2 nights. So it's probably for cleanup and maintenance and laundry exchange and all that stuff. But he said it has all the amenities of a regular home. You can use the shower, bathrooms, and all that good stuff. So I want to share that. So the same thing with the 8-person cabin. I forget the rate, was just a little bit more, but $100 deposit. So I think that's very affordable and reasonable, because they have to do cleanup. Some people aren't clean. They leave trash around, just, replacing toilet paper, paper towels, doing dishes. Oh, but that's another thing. He said they have all the amenities you need, all the dishes, plates, silverware, all that stuff. So he says you don't need any of that. I didn't really get to ask him about the bedding. I'm sure he probably has bedding there, like the sheets and whatnot. But once again, the guy was on a tractor cutting a field, so I felt like I had to kind of hurry up the process and get this information out to you guys. So when I asked him about availability in November, is there things booked up? So as of right now, everything's still available around Thanksgiving. It sounds like November's wide open, and that's, to be quite honest with you, October and November is probably the best time to be outdoors camping in the forest like that. It will get a little chilly at times, but it would make great sleeping weather, great time around the fire pit. So those are some preliminary follow-up to the concept. I'm a member of a group on Facebook. It used to be called Florida Outdoors Sportsman or something like that. They just changed their name to something else to reach a wider variety of people. So once I'm probably going to make and create an event to see if there's interest and see how many people, because I just, in that group, I just verbally mentioned something. I've verbally done this type of thing. I've had probably less than a handful of people say yes, if I lived closer, I could do that, would do that. So I'm just trying to follow up with a little bit more details. It's still very vague at this point. I want to get out there. So tomorrow I do have off. I'm trying to go to Mystic Springs Primitive Camp and just try and get some outdoor nature and tranquility before I have to work 6 days in a row. And then I was really worried because there was that potential storm down in the Atlantic, kind of like off Cuba or whatever, kind of headed in our direction. And it looks like now, if everything I'm saying correctly, it's going to hook right and go out into the Atlantic, which is good, because I was going to be really ticked off if I had to work 6 days in a row and there was some storm coming on my days off, Saturday and Sunday. So that's pretty much it. I know I'm forgetting some stuff, but pretty much I just want to give an update. I really want to do the YouTube meetup. It can start small. It doesn't have to be big and grandiose and I don't have all this money to throw out there myself to really attract more people. And I can't guarantee you, yes, there's going to be pony rides. Yes, we're going to have a barbecue vendor. Yes, we're going to have this. Yes, we're going to have that. I just don't have the funds right now. So it needs to be like a group effort. I can help provide an awesome location. There's many things. Like one of my visions, one of my dreams, depending on what day, how many people stay, how many days it is. One of my visions would, like, I kind of want to do it as a surprise, but people don't like surprises when they're trying to plan their trips and spend money. So one of the things I wanted to do was perhaps we could take have a school bus type vehicle drive us into Milton, Florida, to the Railroad Museum that is so beautiful, so historic. But you can have, I forget what the seating capacity is in the railroad car, but they can actually make you a dinner. You can have a lunch in the old like cabin eating area from like way back yonder what time, and so if we had, like, let's say it was 40 people we had, maybe 20 people could be going into do the tour, 20 people could be eating lunch, have a little break for them to clean up, and then rotate, and the other people go in and they're eating, and then the other people are going on the tour. That was one of my thoughts, ideas, concepts. If people did not want to stay at Blackwater Joe's, there is the Blackwater River State Forest campground. That's a really nice facility. It's like, pretty sure, like when I stayed there in the van, it was like, with taxes and everything, it's like $31 per night. Actually, it would be a little bit cheaper because they charge you like a, what do they call it? Like a $6 or $7 registration fee. But so it gets cheaper if you stay, like it could be like $25 per night. But if you book multiple nights, you have that one-time registration fee. So with RVs at that, I don't think it's a state campground. I may have said state campground. I think it's a state forestry campground. Blackwater River State Forest, Blackwater River Campground, whatever. Look it up. You'll figure it out. But it's a really nice facility. It's right on the Blackwater River. There's a lot of things. You can stay there if you feel more comfortable, and but there's options. If we get more people than Blackwater Joe's can handle, that's an option. There's also like some Harvest Host locations in the area. There's also some little other areas. But those are pretty much the main things I can think of for today. I want to share that. I want to get the ball rolling. So like I'm A-okay just van camping. If people are coming from out of state, I'm sure we could arrange transportation. If you're flying in, I'm sure we could have people pick you up at the airport, bring you to the area. You could stay in the cabin, enjoy everything. We could take you shopping. We could do whatever you want to do. I just want it to be fun. Like I said, we could do cornhole. They don't have the cornhole, but I'm sure we could get that there. They may have horseshoe pits. I didn't see them, but they may have that on site. They do have a little bit of a sandy volleyball area. There's a lot of things we could do. And if you didn't watch the previous video, there's like 4 little ponds there. The one with the cabins is a lot bigger. I almost consider it a lake. I don't know what the differentiation is, but it's a larger body of water. Each one supplies at least 1 or 2 free canoes for usage if you just want to float around, catch fish, just whatever, just enjoy a good old time. So that's really cool. And I realized in my previous videos, I keep talking, I'm old school, right? I'm used to using canoe, but I think they also have kayak rentals and kayak tours, and they do have the canoes and stuff like that. So pretty sure they also have the public boat launch. If you want to bring your own little John boat or whatever you have to get out to the river. I don't know all those fees. If I had to guess, it'd probably be $10, but if you're camping, it may be part of the amenities. I don't know all that, but if those are some of the questions you need answered in more detail, let's talk about it, but I want this to happen. I really want this to happen, and it can't happen until we I say we because I want it to be a collective group effort. I want collective group feedback and thoughts. So with that being said, I'm tapping out. Did not have a video for you yesterday. I actually had one. Didn't like it. Today I'm just kind of like I'm literally need to give you guys updates. I hate to call this a filler video, but it is something that needed to be discussed, and I'm trying to get out tomorrow. I still need to go to that Mystic Springs recreation area, see if I can book one of 2 sites that I like. I don't think I'll have a problem, but that, and by the way, if that's another area, but that's a little further away from, that's about an hour away from the Blackwater Joe's. That is primitive camping. You can stay there for up to 14 days. Really nice. Each little area has a pavilion. Watch my video tomorrow if I'm there, if everything goes well. They have fire pits. They have a vertical cooking station. Like I said, it's about an hour away, but it's really nice. It's free. There is a boat ramp, free boat ramp there. It's free to register. It's like a really cool place. So if you want to invest money staying somewhere free, but you have to expend money on fuel to go back to the forest, like I said, approximately an hour away, it's good either way, however you want to look at it. But that Mystic Springs, I think, has eight sites that you can use. They also have a they call it a airstream separate area. I have not wandered in there and videoed that yet. I may do that tomorrow if I can get in there legally and without trespassing or anything, and see what that looks like, if it's truly strictly airstreams or if they allow RVs in there. Then they have I think they have a larger area for like group functions, like say if you had the Boy Scouts out there. I think it's for larger capacity. Haven't explored that yet, but that's what I'm trying to share with you guys. There's a lot of really cool stuff in the area, a lot of really cool areas to shop. There's a lot of history in this region. And if you just like for nature to soothe your soul, I suggest you come out, visit Florida. All right. Peace out, my friends. Let's talk. Let's make this happen. Thank you.